Anthropic just gave its AI, Claude, a massive upgrade. And this is a big one. We're moving beyond the idea of an AI that just chats with you. We're now stepping into a world where an AI can actually roll up its sleeves and do the work with you, right inside the apps you use every single day.
So, what does this new superpower actually look like? Well, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll cover what this new feature is all about, then we'll look at how it actually works and how it stacks up against the competition. After that, we'll get into the truly game-changing stuff, the future of agentic AI, and finally, we'll talk about why all this new power means we really need to be careful.
Okay, so here's the headline. Claude is officially evolving from just a conversational partner into an active teammate. This is a really fundamental shift in what we should expect from our AI assistants.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You get a fantastic idea from a chatbot, but then you've got to switch over to another window and actually do all the manual work yourself. What Anthropic is doing here is basically getting rid of that step. It's all about turning the conversation directly into action.
So how does Claude actually plug into your workflow? Let's pop the hood and get into the nuts and bolts of this new feature and see how it connects to the tools you're probably already using.
Now, this list of launch partners is super telling. It's not just some random collection of apps, right? It's a very deliberate group of workplace tools. You've got Slack for team chat, Canva and Figma for design, Box for file storage. This screams a clear focus on the enterprise world, right out of the gate. So, who gets to play with these new toys? Well, for now, this is a feature for paying customers. If you're on a Pro, Max, Team, or Enterprise plan, you're good to go. But this isn't available for free users right now, which really shows you just how valuable Anthropic thinks this new capability is.
And this quote from Anthropic's announcement really gets to the heart of their whole philosophy. Look, they are not trying to replace amazing tools like Figma or Salesforce. Nope, the goal is to combine the awesome visual interfaces of those apps with Claude's brain power. The result? A workflow that's way faster and more powerful than either one could be on its own.
Of course, a big move like this doesn't happen in a vacuum. Anthropic is stepping into an arena where others are already playing. So how does this all compare to the competition? Specifically OpenAI.
This gives us a really clear side-by-side. You can see OpenAI's system launched a bit earlier and has a wider net of third-party tools. Anthropic is just launching now with that tight focus on the workplace. But the most important detail here, the real strategic piece of the puzzle, is that last line. Both companies are building on a shared foundation.
And that foundation is called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. The easiest way to think about it is like a universal translator or a standard power outlet. It lets all sorts of different AIs connect to apps in a standardized way. Now, this is more than just a technical detail. It's a huge strategic move. By working together on an open standard, they're helping create a whole ecosystem where developers can build tools that work for multiple AIs, not just one. It's a big step towards preventing any single company from creating a walled garden.
Okay, now we get to the really mind-bending part, because these individual app integrations, they're just the first step. They're the building blocks. The real vision here is something much, much bigger, something called an agentic system.
I mean, letting Claude send a Slack message for you is cool. It's a useful shortcut, for sure. But what's coming next isn't just about making one little task easier. It's about automating entire, complex workflows. We're talking about a completely different level of autonomy and capability here.
So, an agentic system is basically an AI that you don't have to micromanage. You can give it a high-level goal, and it will figure out all the little steps it needs to take to get there, jumping between different tools as needed. It's less of a tool you command and way more of an autonomous agent you collaborate with, like a true AI coworker.
And Anthropic already has a name for this vision, co-work. This is the end game. Pretty soon, you'll be able to say something like, "Hey, cowork, analyze the latest sales data from our company's Box folder and then use what you find to update the Q3 marketing graphic in Figma." And it just does it. The AI connects the dots, switches between the apps, and handles the whole project.
But of course, giving an AI this much access and autonomy, that's a massive leap. It has incredible potential, but it also comes with some pretty significant risks. And to their credit, Anthropic is being super upfront about the need to be careful here.
And look, this is a direct quote from their own safety documents. They are explicitly telling users, hey, be thoughtful about the permissions you grant. Giving an AI access to sensitive financial info or personal records is a really serious step, and they recommend sandboxing its access, like creating a dedicated folder for it to work in, instead of just handing over the keys to everything.
So the key safety tips are really clear. First, keep a close eye on what the AI is actually doing. Second, only give it access to what it absolutely needs to do its job, nothing more. Third, steer clear of super-sensitive data. And finally, try to contain its workspace. It's all about being responsible and building the guardrails before we go full throttle.
And those guardrails are absolutely essential because this tech is fundamentally changing the relationship we have with AI. We're moving from a world where it's a passive tool we direct to one where it's an active teammate that works right alongside us. It's a pretty incredible shift with huge implications. The technology is almost here, but the real question is, are we ready for it?